Okay, hi everybody. I'm really pleased to be with you today for this NFC Open Forum. So my name is Stephanie Depraz-Depland from Conduent, and I'm in charge of our product development for our public transport line of business. So you understand that MaaS is at the heart of my current concerns. It's a little bit difficult to be the last speaker because a lot has already been said. However, I will try to bring you some new inputs, and I will share with you the Conduent's vision about MaaS. Next slide, please. First of all, some background information. So for me, there are two main figures to remember. 44% of users preferred shared mobility and 2-digit % decline in driving license. I think we all have seen this, particularly with young adults. You know, at another time, the driving license was an achievement, but now it's just an option. The young people, but not only, are very agile in their travel behavior. An electric scooter one day and a shared car the next, and then a bike and so on. So I think that our role is to facilitate this flexibility in access to multimodal transport. And we are lucky because in Europe, we are a pioneer, as already highlighted in previous presentations. A lot of cities are experimenting MaaS. Next slide, please. So for us at Conduent, the MaaS is about putting the right tool in the hands of public authorities so that they are in real control of their transit policies. Next, please. But in fact, the MaaS has many definitions, and you know, it is a matter of perspective. For the transport authorities, I think it's about the management of an aggregated mobility offer and facilitating access to mobility, encouraging citizens to change their travel habits. For service providers, the challenge is to propose the right model in line with the authorities' expectation. From our point of view, two main approaches are possible. As a commercial integrator with open API, or through a unique platform with different level of service integration. Finally, for the last player, the traveler, he wants to get around thanks to a mobile app that allows him to plan and pay and at any time his trips according to his preferences. Next, please. From our point of view, there is three different key points for the MaaS solution, MaaS platform. And I will go through them in more details in the next slides. First, the necessity for the service provider and integrators to be flexible and agile. Secondly, the crucial nature of data quality and the expectations of authorities in terms of analytics capability. The third point is to really understand this notion of single access point for the traveler and other stakeholders. Next, please. So when we say flexible and agile, what does that mean? The MaaS platform needs to be intermodal, a unified and consistent multimodal platform that integrates public transport and private mobility is expected for most transit policies. municipal leaders understand the advantages to optimizing customer journeys for the best user experience. This is needed for a real door-to-door mobility model that would help change travel habits. Secondly, a scalable platform is required. Transport authorities have the responsibility of mobility in their area. A flexible MaaS platform provides the opportunity to manage all mobility providers in one single place. The platform should also enable adding and replacing providers when necessary. Finally, different perimeter need to be addressed. Flexible MaaS platform can be implemented in different contexts. It can be urban, regional, or even countrywide. The objective and policy of MaaS is linked to the needs of the traveler and area. For example, in a urban area, it can reduce congestion. It can be an important instrument in stopping territorial and social fracturing. Next, please. Second important topic, data quality and analytics capability. This is based first of all on a unique data repository. A strong MaaS platform is likely to become the unique source of data for travelers and help them make decisions about a specific trip, but also about travel habits. When it comes to intermodal travel, options increase, and having information is very helpful in selecting the best one. So some travelers may want the fastest trip, others may be incentivized by cost, some may want the most eco-friendly option. Then you need some smart algorithm. AI and machine learning are leveraged to better understand mobility habits for continuous improving and innovation. AI helps connect all data points to create a clear picture about mobility needs and guides decision making while taking into account public policy objectives. Depending on the level of integration expected by the MaaS platform, analysis depth can be different, either juxtaposed or aggregated. Next, please. Last, focus this notion of single access point. The traveler expects a personalized experience. The MaaS platform is built for interoperability and it becomes the point of access for managing a complex intermodal network. Its complexity is not perceived by the user thanks to the backend solution. For agencies, with MaaS, multimodal network become manageable, both for the agencies that put in place the platform, as well for the private mobility providers selected. So the platform is based on an aggregate sales management distribution model, also on a complex set of fare and clearing rules and so on. For travelers with MaaS, having a end-to-end user experience means having one mobility account for trip planning, ticket purchasing, travel, and even post-travel services, all within one mobile app powered by a platform that can deliver efficient multimodal traveler information and intermodal planner with a real mobility repository. With MaaS, all travelers received one bill in their accounts and have post-payment options, even with multimodal journeys. Here, obviously, the smartphone is at the heart of the solution with all its means of communication, mainly NFC with OSCARD emulation or SIM-centric approach, NFC reader, but also barcode reading, SMS, and Bluetooth. Next, please. To conclude on the Conduent approach, a high-level architecture diagram that summarizes the different components required for MaaS. So you can find in the middle the business components with trip planners, sales, and single accounts. At the bottom, the layer of real-time interfaces with the service providers. At the top, the abstraction layer that unifies interfaces for the front end, so as a website, mobile app. Next, please. So now in the field, our MaaS project in Hauts-de-France. So Hauts-de-France is in the north of France. Next, please. So Passpass project, it's the name of the project, but also the name of the contactless card deployed. So what were the goals of this project? Clearly, it was stopping the social fracturing with better multimodal passenger information, with an interoperable ticketing, and above all, fair integration. So next. So some figures to be more specific. So Passpass project, it's 4 million inhabitants in the territory. It's 650,000 cards deployed, 35 networks of transportation of different kind of networks, so urban, intercity, regional, and linked with Belgium. It's 14 mobility services other than public transport with bicycle, car parking, self-service vehicle, car sharing, cab, carpooling, and so on. And it's 150,000 mobility points with 3,700 lines. So this project was complex and has been deployed in several steps. Next, please. The project started in 2017, and in the first stage, it was more focused on the passenger information with the websites, then information about schedules and tariffs of all partners, then trip planner for multimodal information and the integration progressively of each service provider, carpooling, electric charging station, and so on. Then the appearance of the mobile app, first just with the trip planner. After that, online sales has been introduced on website and are now available on mobile app. And the last steps will concern the real-time information and disruption. So as you can see, it's a huge project that covers the global scope of a MaaS solution. And I think it's a really great achievement for a MaaS ecosystem. Next. And that's the end. Thanks for your attention.